So I recently reread Jurassic Park again. I ordered a 35th mass market edition printing of the book. I don't know, it's the one with the black cover. That's the one I ordered. And as I was rereading the copy of the one that I have, which now makes 3 copies of Jurassic Park that I have, I was thinking about how much I wish Jurassic Park leaned more into the horror aspect of its novels. In the book, it's so well detailed and scary, and I it's something that the movies nowadays don't really do, at least not to the extent that I wish they did. There's such an untapped market for dinosaurs in horror. I know it's a bit of a meme right now, but analog horror and dinosaurs really mixes well together. I don't know if you're in that space, and I think it completely counters the biggest problems with that genre, where it's like the whole point of it is like a VHS tape, dialogue, build up, spooky face, and that's the end. And then you basically seen every single analog horror that's ever been made. But dinosaurs gets around it really, really well, especially with Jurassic Park analog horror, something that I really like to watch, and I really do think is, actually pretty amazing. There's a bunch of really, really good Jurassic Park analog horror that you can find on YouTube. You can just search it up yourself. And it's in watching that kind of content and then comparing it to the trailer for Jurassic Park Survival, which I'm very excited for. I believe this is the perfect moment for more horror motivated aspects to make its way into the franchise as a whole. I know there's so much red tape and so much to do with stuff like that, and I understand why it would be difficult to basically make it scarier. It's dinosaurs, so of course that's going to have the very much appeal to children, appeal to a larger audience that might not be able to stomach, really scary or terrifying ideas, and that's completely fine. That's not really a big deal, but I feel like for the audience that would like it, it's a pretty big audience of Jurassic Park. I would say it's pretty much half of the community that is in Jurassic Park, for give or take. I'm not a mathematician, I'm a chaotician. Shut the There's so much that you could do with Jurassic Park and horror. There's a scene in the book where there's a scene in the book where a group of Compsognathus eats a baby in its crib. A Dilophosaurus disembowels Dennis Nedry before killing him in a very, very scary way. I mean, Dodgson, that little weasel, gets killed in a very scary way by being mauled by a juvenile T-Rex, which is so much different from how it was in the Lost World movie. I just feel like Jurassic Park is one of those series is that it can be both. You can have that part of the franchise that appeals to a wider audience that isn't very scary and highlights the dinosaurs in a very educational or entertaining way, and then you have the group that I like to reside in, the dark and deep and scary aspect, where a velociraptor is currently ripping to shreds a family of 4. I hope that Jurassic Park Survival actually is the spearheader in this instance, where Survival injects, or at least gives the idea for a lot of the very scary parts of the universe, and makes it to where it wouldn't be surprising to see that more in the franchise. From what I can tell in the trailer, and it being a survival horror game, by title, there's going to be some elements to that. I just hope that Jurassic Park Survival is great for many reasons, just because I love, obviously, but I just hope that I've been waiting for the game for so long that I want it to be good, especially since a lot of the games nowadays are, kind of failing to meet expectations, and, that's a whole different area of conversation. But I don't know. I just think that Jurassic Park and horror have a very good future. They have a very great history and pairing with one another, for lack of a better word. You could have something where, if I were the one having to write that story, which is like, I would kind of expect it to be from the Isla Nublar incident, and where we have more stories about how terrifying that situation really was. Maybe show, it's common where carnivores are, the big bad of whatever dinosaur media is being portrayed, but I would honestly do something where, maybe an herbivore, maybe like a stegosaurus, was having to defend its baby, a la Sarah Harding from, that part of the Lost World novel, where, we just see these animals act as animals. Or maybe even have it to where we bring back the Jurassic Park Telltale game and have Sarah Harding actually be on the island when everything goes wrong, and we get to see more of Sarah Harding's character, because I think in the movie franchise, I would love to see more of her, or get to know her a lot more than we did in the movie. I think that's what I would be the easiest thing to see, I guess. Recanonize Jurassic Park Telltale games and then adapt it for maybe like TV, or maybe even remake the game. And dinosaurs and horror go so well together that I'm surprised that not a lot is being done with that outside of Jurassic Park and the Jurassic Park analog horror series that I find on YouTube, which are so fucking well done. I should honestly react and watch some of these and just talk about why these are so fantastic. But in an effort to keep this video brief, that's about it. Those are just my ideas. If you like them, you like them. If you don't like them, tell me why. Hope if you see this, if you make it to this part in the video, Carney's also like skulking in the background. You can barely see him because I'm currently trying to get everything, all the growing pains. But that's about it. Have a good night. I hope to see you again, and sleep well.